We're going to have to adjust this a little bit. Molly, you didn't get the memo to wear blue?
Yeah, you didn't? I didn't get the blue memo. Shalom, the internet world.
Shalom.
And Kayla Langford. And Mabry Davis and Victoria Pierce.
Hey, look at our on-time buddies over there. That's what I'm talking about.
Camera quality is so clear.
I know. It's so clear at the school. I'm like, oh, I could not get away with what I get away with at home.
I told y'all.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, Molly, I had to make a cup of coffee because I was like,
The coffee is in the room. Careful fast.
Whacked him.
Ever since Katie sang it that one day, it's
You're
been stuck in my
welcome.
head.
You're welcome.
Oh, look, Miranda said y'all look hot. Look at that. Oh,
I mean,
thank
it's
you.
better picture quality, so we had to do something.
Yeah. My laptop's like brand new, so it's like, woo. Oh, there's the phone.
We're not over. Good morning, Destiny.
Good morning, everyone. Oh,
Good morning. We have like a color block.
oh yeah.
Light, dark.
Sorry about that, guys. We had to mute it. So, me and Katie are gonna split the lives from now on.
Yeah.
So, we decided it was more fun to have two of us than one.
Oh, yeah, but then you get to also like bounce ideas off of each other. And it's just really awkward when you are the only person on the live
Yeah.
just looking at the chat. Like,
Oh yeah. And then like the chats, you got to realize like with us, the chat's delayed. So we're just sitting here like staring at the chat like, I hope they comment. We're just going to wait for y'all to keep roll calling in. Don't forget first name, last initial, school, and time. Y'all know the drill. We've been doing this for a while now. So we got a lot of people on this morning.
A bunch of hairstylists in the building and they all just start yelling.
Yeah. Okay. So Melissa, we're going to go over the schedule again, just like yesterday. Make sure that y'all are paying attention to who y'all are sending it to, because a lot of y'all are sending it still to the wrong person.
A lot of y'all think me and Molly are the same person as well.
Yeah.
We're not.
This is Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie. Molly left.
Molly was in the pink. They're two different people. But yeah, just make sure y'all are emailing it to the right person. If y'all are unsure, look at your schedule, because your schedule says who to email it to. So just remember that one.
And I am going to start sending out the agendas a little earlier, because I know we were sending them out really late. And a lot of times I feel like there was a little bit of trouble getting them. So we're going to start sending them a little bit earlier. Let me get today's schedule. It was sent out yesterday.
Like
Probably like, yeah, just about 3 o'clock. But if you didn't get it, I'll resend it to you. Just text me. I have no problem resending it to you. It'll just be after this live.
Yeah.
And plus, we're also going to go over it with you.
Yeah, so if you just want to like take notes on the schedule, that's totally fine. We decided it would be probably easier for y'all to go over the schedule, so that way if y'all have any questions on the assignments, you can just ask us instead of, Katie's phone getting blown up.
And then assignments get sent to the wrong teacher.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Emily said someone posted the agenda on the Facebook page too.
Perfect.
There we go. Look at y'all helping each other out. Oh, Cassie said we have an easy day today. Yes, I'll do. It's pretty fun. I think it's fun assignments, honestly.
They're not super, super difficult assignments, and that's the nice part. But they still pertain to what we have going on anyways. So that's the nicest part, is that they're a little bit simpler, but they're still meaningful to what we're going over.
Exactly. We're trying to give y'all a little bit of a break, because I know we have been like pounding you with worksheets and assignments. So we're trying to give you a little bit of break and make it like a little bit more fun. for you guys. So we really put our heads together with this schedule and tried to make it a kind of as fun for y'all as we could with learning everything, with still learning everything. Oh, Katie's screensaver is a tiger.
It's not my screensaver. You know, when you have a HP and it just has random pictures. It's a tiger. I'm asking.
Emily said the last assignment had me sweating thinking how bad I eat. Yeah, that's kind of why these assignments are put here. Today's assignment isn't going to help with that either. So let's go over the schedule because, you know, I feel like everyone is clocked in pretty much. Mm-hmm. So today's schedule, so 10 to 11, of course, you know, you're live with me and Katie. So we're just doing vocab again, just like yesterday. 12 to 1 is, and you do not turn in any of the vocabulary. It's just to help you guys. Because if I start going on a tangent and going in detail, which I know I do a lot, I've been told, and I start going into like super detail, y'all will know what I'm talking about at least, or somewhat. So 12 to 1 is live with me nutrition notes. And yes, today I will have the whiteboard. No worries. It was just yesterday. Just yesterday. And you are not turning in those notes. So just take some good nutrition notes. The 2 to 4 assignment is you're going to look in, it's an assignment. You turn these into Molly no later than 4 p.m. Remember, Molly was in the pink. That's Molly. So, yeah, this is not Molly, this is Katie. So look in your pantry or fridge, find 3 food items with saturated fats on the nutrition labels. Just take a picture of them and send them into Molly no later than 4 p.m. So even if you're at the grocery store, you can just find something with a saturated fat in it. It doesn't even have to be a lot. Just so that way you know, because saturated fats are bad. So that way you just know, oh, that's not good. Pretty easy. 5 to 6 assignment, you turn into Katie right there. Katie. There we go. You look up your favorite fast food restaurant menu. Now this one, I even did, it was pretty hard. Write down your order and the calories of each item, and then you just turn your order with the calories into Katie. You can type it, I don't care, as long as it's just your order.
And your order cannot be just water.
Yeah, you cannot say you ate a salad and for the dressing you just put water on top of the...
nice fresh lemon.
Yeah, we know better.
I know, I see what y'all bring in this building.
Yeah.
I see you. It's not happening.
We're not going to shame you. It's just so that way you understand, like, my favorite, I go to Whataburger. That's my favorite. I get a #1 all the way with mayo, fries, and a Sprite. And you know what? That's a lot of calories.
Yeah, we ate sausages yesterday and figured out how many calories are in our sandwiches. That was, we struggled a little.
Yeah, I honestly thought Schlotchkis was healthy until yesterday. We're on a live. The other teachers, I think, sometimes don't realize we're on live, so they try to mess with us. If they just think we're doing nothing here.
They just think we're laughing at our laptops at this point.
Honestly, they think that we're just looking stuff up and think it's funny.
So for now, yes, we are going to go ahead and continue our distance learning. And we're going to do that until we either get approved or not for hybrid learning. They're going to be talking about it. It kind of was in the email this morning that when he wanted me to send out with y'all. So it's just, we're kind of in limbo, kind of, in a way. Yeah. It's not up to us. It's up to the Department of Ed because we have a lot of students that do like distance learning. The majority of y'all did not want to come up to the school and help us clean. So therefore, we just decided that we were just going to stay on distance learning for a little bit longer until we get an approval or not.
Yes. So, I mean, we don't know a lot, but we're telling you every piece of information we do know. So. Yes. Just to let y'all know that, like, in that email, that's the information we do have right now. So that's most of it. Does anyone have any questions about the schedule, who to turn it into, just any confusion on the assignments or the lives? Because today, You are not turning anything in on the lives. You are only turning in your assignments. So that is it.
So as far as that, we're not 100% sure. We're taking every precaution we can if we do open up to the public. So like, again, we're social distancing. Now in our field, it's a little bit harder to social distance with your client, because 9 times out of 10, you're either doing someone's hair, or if you're doing a facial, you're pretty much right in someone's face. So
I mean, whatever reason you don't want to come back is completely fine. We're not upset at you guys. We completely understand. Like, I completely understand y'all's concerns and y'all's fears. Like, that's not a big deal. We're not shaming you or anything. We don't think so. We don't think any bad thing of it. It's completely okay. It's your decision. It's just, we want to keep everything as safe and possible as you.
And then see, like, a lot of y'all's concerns are our concerns. So like, I have an older grandpa that I live with. He's 70 years old. I don't want to get him sick. So a lot of y'all's concerns are a lot of our concerns. So,
exactly.
We're all in this together at this point, and we're going to try our best to make sure that we are prepared as possible. And that way, when anybody is coming in, we're doing every precaution we can necessary.
Right now, we're making plans for everything. We're just like, okay, what if a client comes in? What if a ton of clients come in? So we're just making plans right now, and just to have a good plan for whenever we do get the permission to open up. But for right now, we are on distance learning. So it is still, so that way y'all all can still get the hours. Because if we opened up and didn't do the distance learning, some of y'all who don't feel comfortable coming back, which is completely fine, won't get the hours that they can do. So we're going to do distance learning until we know for sure on everything.
It's just basically until we either can or cannot do hybrid learning.
Yes. So we're telling you guys everything we know, and we're trying to,
transparent as possible.
Yes, we're trying to be as transparent as possible. But just to let you know, we are cleaning. We've been up here cleaning all of the schools, both north and south. We've been social distancing, so we're just trying to make it as safe and clean as possible for you guys to come back. Oh, Molly, would you like to introduce yourself?
That way we know.
Yeah, we're trying to. Yes. Oh, wait.
Hello.
Okay, so you send the 2 to 4 assignment to this beautiful girl right here. This is Molly.
Hello.
You send the 5 to 6 assignment to Katie right here. There's difference.
It just gets all confusing when we're like trading emails all back and forth with everyone.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make sure we know who was who. We may all be blonde, but we're all different shades of blonde.
We're all blonde with Ruth.
Yeah, pretty much.
Moral of the story.
So, yeah, y'all are there's 2 assignments to turn in today. Just make sure you do a good job. They're actually pretty fun. I love the 5 to 6 assignment because
I get to judge what y'all eat, and I get to get ideas for what I want to go eat.
I know. I was like, oh man, that would be some good ideas. If the majority of you has like Whataburger or Matt's El Rancho, like I would be like, that must be pretty good if all y'all have that, like a Chipotle order or something. So yeah, the 5 to 6, you're just gonna look up your favorite fast food menu. So if I was that, I would look up Whataburger's menu, and yes, they do have the calories and stuff. Buy it, sadly, to make you feel terrible. And then you just write down your order and the amount of calories on each item. So if I got a burger, let's say that's like 200 calories, I would just put number 1 all the way from Whataburger, 200 calories.
Yeah.
Pretty easy. And then your fries and your drink. If you go to if your favorite restaurant is a sit down like Chili's, you'll write your appetizer calories, your main dish, your dessert calories, whatever is your favorite. So
I'm going to start with Melissa Woodall. So we all understand that y'all send sometimes to the wrong teacher. We do pretty much forward the emails back and forth to each other. If it is the wrong assignment, there are some times where all were a little quirky and really got me and Molly confused.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, we kind of, we all kind of look alike at this point. Fine.
Yeah, we're all one.
But, so we do email them back and forth. And as far as the, what lives we saved when it's over? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're leaving them up. I think.
I honestly don't know on that one. Sorry,
I mean, there hasn't been any talk of us. Sorry. There hasn't been any talk of them being taken down.
As we know of right now.
As of right now, we're gonna leave them up. And then Emily, does the saturated fat have to actually have saturated fat? Because a lot of the stuff says 0 in my pantry, and I'm confused.
It's just saturated fat. So you could just look on butter. The nutrition facts for butter.
Oh.
Send a picture of butter. It's saturated fat. I mean, you could look up like examples of saturated fat on the internet, honestly, and just take a picture of that too. Like, it's fine if you can't absolutely, like, I know some people are super health people and they use like olive oil to cook. Like, they don't have any butter. So I completely understand that. If you absolutely do not have anything in your fridge and just need to send a picture from the internet, completely fine. Just send 3 pictures of something with saturated fat to Molly.
And then as far as being able to take your written, they're scheduling out for June right now.
Mm-hmm.
So they do have a few dates available. You can check on there with them. But as far as right now, they are scheduling for June.
Yes, Joelle, they are open. Sorry, lightsabers like
I know, I'm trying to like chew it real quick.
I know. So the testing places are open now, because whenever they tested, especially for the Cosmo Practical, there was like 16 of you guys in a room. I don't know how they're going to do that. I don't know if they're switching to one-on-one or they're switching to 4 in a room, 2 proctors. I don't know. I honestly do not know any of that. So I don't know about the practical. I do know they are scheduling the written. I scheduled mine yesterday. They are allowing you to schedule your written. So
not only that, but if you are going to take your written, please inform us. We want to know if you know what the protocols are now. If you have to take a mask, if you have to wear gloves, like what is going on in there, because they haven't really given us any information at all.
They have not.
And they haven't updated their candidate bulletin either. So we're not sure what's going to be expected when y'all do go take state board or any state board, really, either practical or written. So it's just, we want to know from y'all as well, any feedback that we can help anybody else out with, you know?
Yeah. And I'll definitely tell y'all whenever I go take mine, like what's expected now. If they're only letting like 3 people take their written and you have to wait in your car until they're all done, or if you have to wear a mask, like honestly, I would be prepared. I would bring gloves. If you're going to take your test, I would bring gloves, a mask, hand sanitizer, just anything. So that way, you know, you can take your test no matter what.
Yeah. And then it also keeps you safe, because honestly, you have to think, it's been pretty much stale air for like almost.
Does anyone have any questions so far about the schedule or anything they're confused about? I'm just like waiting. Remember, like I said, everything's delayed. Mm-hmm. So it's like really creepy. You're just like staring.
I feel like half of the lives are us staring at you like this.
Yeah, like we're literally not looking at you. We're looking at your comments. So, all right, cool. We got some good notes. We're trying to explain everything to y'all, especially, you know, the assignments, because they're a little bit more, they're not just, you have this worksheet, turn in this worksheet. So
during the week, yes, our lives are at 10 o'clock.
Yes. So we're going to keep the same live schedule, you know, 10 to 11, 12 to 1, 2 to 4, 5 to 6. We're keeping the same live schedule. So there's no difference in that. And if there is any changes, we will let you know as soon as we know, like we do normally. That's why we're kind of sending out the schedules a little bit earlier, so that way y'all can get prepared, especially because y'all don't need a worksheet So, I mean, if you would like, you could double up your work one day and then kind of just like be on the lives and then just have the rest of the day off. So that's what we're kind of trying to do to give you a little bit of a lighter workload and kind of give you all a few days to just relax sometimes.
Yeah.
So we've heard your comments, we've heard everything, and we're trying to help you guys out as much as possible.
Yeah, we listen. It's just, it was kind of at a point where we couldn't please everybody, and anything that we did was going to make somebody mad. So we've just kind of put our heads together, read what we could, and we've listened to y'all, and we've tried as much as we can, and as much as Wendy and the rest of the instructors can, to do the best we can for y'all. So we kind of changed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Our lives are going to be pretty much in the morning, and then the afternoons are going to be assignments. So at least for the rest of the week.
Yeah, like I know for the rest of the week, it's just going to be lives in the mornings and then assignments in the afternoon. So that way, if you guys just want to wake up super early in the morning, get those assignments done, and then just at 1, and once the second live is done, y'all just want to relax, like we're totally fine with that. We are completely fine with you turning your assignments in the night before. Just like we said, make sure that y'all's title is there and name, because if you send 2 assignments and they're not titled and they're not named and we're just like, what is this?
Yeah, we're just confused with y'all.
So we've heard you. Just to let you know, we have heard you, and we are trying to help you guys out.
Trying to please everybody, and it's not impossible sometimes.
We are trying, and that's why we're also going over the schedule on the live. So for those of you who have any questions and don't understand the assignments, can ask their questions. So that way, y'all don't bombard Katie with a ton of questions. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be wilding out there.
So that's why we're kind of doing. So the things from now on are going to be a lot more like this week. It's just going to be vocab 10 to 11, and then notes 12 to 1, and assignments 2 to 4, and assignments 5 to 6. Like that's kind of like your schedule this week. So with that being said, let's get started with our vocab. So everyone get out a pen and paper. No, this is not going to be turned in, but you will be very confused from the 12 to 1 if you do not understand these vocab words. Like yesterday, it was kind of a little fast paced, and I know it was, and today's not going to be like that, but sorry. We have an instructor dancing in front of us, trying not to distract us. They're all trying to distract us, so.
Yeah, they're all in the windows, like twerking.
Yeah, so sorry if we seem distracted. I'm like, why y'all do that? So we're trying to make our schedule a little bit more structured, so that way you kind of guys know what's coming up. And as far as the hours, we don't control the hours. We don't know anything about the hours. That is a Jeremy question. If you are close to graduating, email Jeremy. That is not an us thing. So we don't know how many hours you have. We don't know anything about the hours. That's not any of the instructors. That's just Jeremy.
And you'll have to email him. Just understand that his email does get backed up sometimes. Because he has every potential student and all of us emailing him, and then all of y'all emailing him.
Exactly.
If it's like something that,
like we said, his email is very, very backed up. He gets like 1,000 to 2,000 emails a day. Yeah, so it's gonna take him a little bit, guys. You just got to be patient with us, okay?
And then also, if you are close to graduating, there's a difference between being close to graduating and feeling you're close to graduating.
Yes.
Okay, we're talking like last 100 hours. I have no problem you texting me and asking me for your hours. Just know they may not be up to date, because he does sometimes have to get all the hours in. So, again, that is for people that are close to graduating, not 1,000 hours from graduating and then being like, oh, I'm about to graduate.
Yeah.
You have 4 hours.
So we're talking about the 1,400 hour students with Cosmos, and then SDs are like,
most of SDs
so
are pretty close.
Yeah, so 650, and then nail techs are 600.
Yeah, 600 for nail techs.
So 500 for them. So that's kind of close to graduating for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like 1400, 650, and so 100 hours. So we're about to start our notes. Just grab a pen and paper, grab your spiral, write down these notes. Like I said, you don't have to turn them in, but you're going to be very, very lost on, because these are some big, big words. So you're going to be very lost on what it is. And also, if you don't understand these words, we're going to go over what a saturated fat is. So you'll kind of be lost with your assignments too. So, all right, our vocab number word is fat. So that is vocab word number 1, fat. So it is a class, I don't know why I'm writing it this way, of macro, M-A-C-R-O, nutrients used in metabolism called triglycerides. And I'm looking at the paper because I'm trying to spell everything right for you guys. So there is the fat definition. So fat's pretty important. I know a lot of us, we all try to lose fat, but fat's very important in your life because, you know, whenever you're hungry, your body eats its own fat. It's kind of it's stored energy pretty much. So your body can eat its own fat to make sure that like you can still go throughout the day. Let's say one day you come to Baldwin and you forget your lunch, you know, your body, you're not going to die from starvation. Your body's going to eat its own fat, and it's important to have fat. So number 1 is fat, is a class of macronutrients used in metabolism called triglycerides. Make sure everyone gets this definition, and I will write it the other way so it's bigger. I am sorry. I don't even know what I was thinking. So, fats. Our second definition is saturated fats. So number 2 is saturated fats. And make sure that I know you guys are writing, but make sure that you're kind of still kind of in the comments, you know, so that way Katie, she's doing roll call right here, can get you, you know. So don't forget to do your roll call in, roll call out, and kind of do some participation, because remember, guys, you're not turning any of this in, so this is kind of participation. Mm-hmm. I know I don't go too fast on the vocab. I know some of you are like, please go faster. So saturated fat is a type. A type of fat containing a high proportion of fatty acids molecules. So saturated fat, not good. Not a good fat. There we go. Much better. So saturated fats are not good fats, as in, you know, if you have, yes, Melissa Woodall is macronutrients, not micro, sorry. So whenever you have saturated fats, they're not a good thing. So whenever you have foods with high saturated fats, that's not a good thing. That's why today's assignment is to kind of, you know, let you see like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know this had saturated fats in it. You know, so that's kind of what that's kind of the point of the assignment, to kind of be like, what? This has saturated fats in it? Now, I'm not saying if you eat saturated fat, you're going to die. No. If you eat a lot of it, it's bad for you. Remember, have everything in proportion. You got to eat everything within proportions. So you can't just eat the whole bag of chips. You know, you got to have the serving size. So, saturated fats, and that is one of your assignments today. So look at your coffee creamer, look at your, you know, Yes, everything in moderation. Yes, Marabella. Yes, everything needs to be in moderation. So, number 3 is monounsaturated fat. You got it? There we go. All right. Sorry about that. We had a creeper. There we go. Now they're done. Okay, monounsaturated fat. So whenever we talk about saturated fats, they're bad. So un and the prefix un is not. So unsaturated is good. It's good fats. So monounsaturated fat is a type. Can you get them to? They can hear them on the mic. Yeah. I'm sorry. So it is a type of unsaturated fat that may help reduce blood cholesterol levels. So these are good fats. Remember, we have good fats and we have bad fats. So our good fats, you know, avocado is a great fat. I always eat avocados. I put Tony's seasoning on it with a spoon. So
Magical.
Oh yes, you haven't tried it. It's amazing. But avocado is a great fat. So we have our good fats and then we have our bad fats like butter. So Kimberly said, I just checked my coffee creamer and it has no saturated fat. Good. There's some that do, some that don't. So, you know, it's kind of fun to, you know, kind of look at your fridge up those nutrition facts and find something new about the foods you eat. Ooh, Emily says I put salt on my avocado.
You used to put just salt and pepper on it. I just love avocado.
Yeah, avocado's good.
I knew someone that was allergic to avocado and I could not live.
I know, I put like guac on everything. But there is great, I do know that like with recipes, you can always switch out your saturated fat. So let's say if it calls for butter, honestly, like I know people that use Greek yogurt instead of butter on everything, or avocado, they'll put it in instead of butter because it's fat. So you can always switch things out. Instead of cooking with butter, you can cook with olive oil. I fry a lot of stuff in olive oil, or I use the air fryer. Either one. I like my air fryer. So today, you know, since it's participation, if you have any fun, yummy recipes that you like to try, you know, put them in the comment section. I know it's just vocab, so you write down something, if you write it down quick, you know, say what you cook with, you know. It's totally fine. I cook a lot with olive oil, but I'm trying to cook with coconut oil more. But I feel like everything I put in coconut oil, it makes it coconutty.
Yeah, it does. I use a lot of olive oil and avocado oil.
Yeah, avocado oil is good. I like avocado. It's just expensive.
It is.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
Yeah.
Avocado.
All right, number 4 is polyunsaturated fat. So remember we talked about yesterday, mono meaning one, it's just a one fat molecule. Poly means 3, so more than one. So since we're talking about food, and we're just doing vocab and it's participation in the slide, I totally don't mind if you put your little, you know, recipes, what you cook with, it's totally fine. So polyunsaturated fat.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Ooh, what did Emily say?
You prefer them on the oil? Okay. Okay, Miles. I have to say, I do miss your humor.
Miles comments are the best.
I know they are.
So polyunsaturated fat is a type of healthy fat as they may reduce your risk of heart disease.
Usually that's my mom's house. My mom will not find anything healthy.
The-
My father literally, like, the only vegetable he eats is corn.
yeah, and corn's
And
not
I'm
even a
like,
real
corn's
vegetable.
not even a vegetable. Like, it's a vegetable, but it's not even like.
Yeah, your body doesn't digest. Fun fact, your body does not digest corn. So if you poop it out whole. So it's just pretty much eating nothing. Like it does not do anything for your body. Just a heads up. So, okay, so a type of healthy fat as they may reduce your risk of heart disease. The two major classes are omega-3 and omega-6. As many of you know, omega-3 is really, really good for hearts. That's why people with heart disease, they usually will buy foods with a lot of omega-3 in them. So there we go. I love the color of the corn over asparagus. That's how a lot of people feel, but you know, we're just here. Trying not to cover.
I'll eat asparagus is grilled.
Ooh, yes, grilled asparagus is good. I love Brussels sprouts. It's like one of my favorites. There we go. I lifted it up. Sorry.
Not only that, but great. African food is so good. So good.
I cook a lot of foods from around the world because American foods, they're actually very unhealthy whenever you think about like pizza, grilled cheeses, you know, all that. So I try to cook foods from around the world because actually, like, I love Asian food because they put so many vegetables in their dishes, and I love that. It's so good. Because my boyfriend is like a child and he won't eat vegetables. So, yeah. So, you know, gotta found it. Are these omegas found in fish? Yes, that's why they say people with heart disease, they need to eat a lot of salmon or salmon. I really don't know how to say it. But they say if you eat a lot of salmon, it has a lot of omega-3 and it's a good fat for you. So, yeah. These are good, omega-3 and omega-6. They're good for the heart.
I got it, don't worry.
Oh, like, I didn't even see that. You got that quick.
I knew when the emoji was there, I knew it wasn't, well, some of these students, but.
Let's say, if y'all need a lesson on cows, like me and Katie are here, like, we know everything about cows. So. Oh, Allison said I take fish oil when my hair is dry. That's a good idea. So number 5 is trans fatty acids. So trans fatty acid is an unsaturated fat. So we all know that that means that it's good. It's an unsaturated fatty acid of a type occurring in margarines, and manufactured cooking oils. So, trans fatty acids.
We eat a lot of things in our house.
Yeah, we do too. even though it's expensive. But I mean, like, it's really good for you. Like, fish is really, really good for you. They say in your diet you need more like white meat and fish than you do red meat. They said you need to eat a lot more. So,
Same, Mallory.
yeah, I was told that too.
That like craft cheese, like
Yes.
the packaged cheese.
Yes, it's pretty much plastic.
It's plastic.
Yeah. Plastic pretty much.
And then as far as is a lot of beef bad for you, consuming a lot of red meat can actually be really detrimental in the long run.
Mm-hmm. And whenever you got to think about what you're putting in your body as well. I know, like, whenever we eat salads, like, I'll put a nice vinaigrette on it or something, you know, make it really nice. And my boyfriend will put blue cheese, put a ton of bacon on it, and then just everything, like, douse it in blue cheese. And I'm like, you just made the salad like 2,000 calories. You could just eat a burger for that. Like, so you got to really, really think on what you're putting on things. A lot of drinks have a ton of sugar in them, like orange juice and all your juices. Look at the sugar content, just to let you know. So.
Yeah. So the thing is, we eat a lot of chicken, and my horrible grandpa gets like mad at me, like so mad. He hates chicken. But yeah, you definitely should be eating for your blood type. You're doing better than I am, because I wish I could cut it out, but I can't.
Yeah, like, men get mad whenever you cut out. Like, my boyfriend, I tried to make him, like, just stop eating red meat, and he, like, he's like, can I get bacon at the store? And I was like, he's like, I haven't bought it in a year since we've been, and I was like, fine.
Same, Emily. Same. I can't. That's like the one thing that I like look forward to was getting like a steak after quarantine, and not having to make it myself.
I like to make steaks myself because I have fresh rosemary in my garden, so it's like a rosemary garlic.
I eat like 2,000 a week.
Woo. Okay, so number 6 is cholesterol. It's a dense fatty substance found in every cell of your body. So if you have high cholesterol, that means you have fatty cells and a lot of them. So it's not a good thing to have high cholesterol. Ooh, Lauren says lamb is my favorite. See, lamb's a red meat, but I'm not a fan of lamb. I don't know. I just can't eat it. Makes my stomach upset.
My biggest struggle that we're going through right now is 3-year-old realizes that ground beef comes from a cow, and we're crying over everything.
Oh, yeah, that's not a fun lesson to teach people. So number 6 is cholesterol. Yeah, they say you're supposed to eat more white meat than red meat. So they said you're allowed to eat red meat, but like as a special occasion.
I heard it somewhere like you're really only supposed to be eating it like 1 to 2 times a week.
Yes. My brother, who's like super into nutrition, he told me that he eats like vegan, like the whole week. And then on the weekends, he just eats kind of whatever he wants, but it helps him so much.
We started making more like vegan recipes at my house, and
I like them.
Everyone's cool with it except for my grandpa.
Yeah, I know. I feel that. I put turkey meat and everything, and they're like, a turkey hamburger patty is not the same. I'm like, whatever. Just eat it.
Oh, I got black bean patties the other day.
Oh my gosh, no.
We were upset. We were really upset. Everybody in my house. And I was like, they're not that bad.
I like them, honestly. What's that one brand that's really, really good? I know Mackenzie Thomas was telling me about it. Is it like Blue Farm or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Or Star Farm or something like that? Where they have like vegan chicken nuggets and stuff, and they're actually really good. You cannot tell the difference. I think it's Blue Star or something like that.
Oh, trust me. I was vegetarian for like literally almost 2 years, and my dad he's Mexican, and he like was so mad the entire time.
Oh yes, it's Morning Star. There we go.
There it is.
Yeah, that was good. So on to our little number 7. Calories are the measure of energy, expenditure, and stored energy. So if you eat something high in calories, it's okay as long as you burn it off. So if you eat your super huge double meat cheeseburger right before bed, you're not going to burn it off. So they always say eat your higher calorie foods in the mornings or in the mid-afternoons because you'll burn it off. So, calories. So calories are really important to watch as well, just because. Oh yeah, it's Morning Star Farms. They were telling me about their chicken nuggets and their black bean patties, and they said they're like one of the best. Oh, we have a new one. Oh. Allison said, what if I toss and turn a lot in my sleep? You're still not going to burn off like a 2,000, calorie dinner, So. Oh, Chandler said the spicy black bean burger by Morningstar. Yes, it's super good. Yeah, they really do. They're like vegetable chicken nuggets. But I was gonna buy them and just kind of like black out like the vegan stuff, so that way I put them in my house. Someone will eat them.
Yeah, my dad, when Mary Hill and I felt you, when we would like go out to eat and I would get a veggie platter, he'd be like, "Why are you eating that?" Thanks, buddy. It would be good, Emily.
All right, so we're going to talk about our number 8 is enzymes. You want to eat actually a lot more enzymes because they speed up, they're proteins that speed up the rate of chemical reaction. So the rate of chemical reaction is our metabolism. Any chemical reaction in our body is our metabolism. So these enzymes help speed all of that up. So your enzymes. And we're going to kind of go a little bit quicker because we have 16. We're only halfway through, so sorry about that.
23% saturated fat and whole milk.
Yes, look at that. I bet I didn't even know that one. Everyone tries to buy whole milk. So let's talk about our cholesterols. There's 2 different kinds of cholesterol. There's a good cholesterol and a bad cholesterol. So let's talk about LDL cholesterols right now. So LDL cholesterol is our number 9. It's cholesterol present in the blood as low density lipoprotein. Remember, we went over that yesterday. As a relatively high proportion of which is associated with higher risk of coronary heart disease. So the LDL cholesterol is bad. So let's say your cholesterol is high. They'll either tell you your LDL is high or your HDL. So LDLs are your bad cholesterol. This is the fatty bad cholesterol that you do not want to be high. So, whenever they tell you cholesterol is high, more than likely your LDL cholesterol is high because this is the bad cholesterol. This is the one you don't want to be high. So LDL cholesterol. We're going to kind of go a little bit quicker because we have 10 minutes to get some words in. So if you don't get the vocab, that's okay. You can always just go back and read rewind the video.
That, or you can screenshot your screen if you're on an iPhone or Android or
Yeah.
iPad or anything above.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you want to get a piece of paper and write some names, yeah.
Let's see if I can look up.
So our other one is HDL cholesterol. This is your good cholesterol. This is your good cholesterol. This is the cholesterol present in the blood as high density lipoprotein, a relatively high proportion of which is associated with lower risk of coronary heart disease. So this is HDL cholesterol. So this is your good cholesterol. Whenever they say you need to diet and exercise to make sure that to bring up your HDL cholesterol, that just means this is the good cholesterol. LDL is the bad. So just think of like HDL, kind of happy cholesterol. So it's good cholesterol. H for happy. So HDL cholesterol. And then Katie is writing all this down. So this is lipoprotein. It contains both protein and lipids, which allow fat cells. There we go. There we go. Sorry. Which allow fat cells to move through water inside and outside of cells. So this is pretty important. Sorry, I'm trying to like see. There we go. Yeah. So, and then you have your triglycerides. So your triglycerides are main constitute of natural fat and oils. High concentration in the blood indicates on elevated levels of stroke. So if you're having a stroke, triglycerides are really not good to have. That's an indication of stroke. So not good at all. Triglycerides. So triglycerides, they are natural fats and oils in high concentrations in the blood. So these are indications that aren't good. So if they do a blood test on you and they find high triglycerides, it's not a good thing. So, I mean, I know a lot of, like, whenever I looked all these up, you know, whenever you go to the doctor, you know, with grandma or something, and they're telling everything on using all these big words. Well, they started using all these huge words in her blood test, and I was like, oh my goodness, you know, I completely understand what you're talking about. So it's kind of nice to be educated on stuff like that as well. So Katie's still writing the next one.
Sorry.
It's a long one, so it's okay. So. No worries, it's pretty long. There we go.
We're gonna go get some blank paper.
Yeah. So we have our phospholipids. There we go. Our phospholipids are any various phosphorus-containing complex lipid. They are the major constituents of the membrane of cells and intracellular organs and vesicles. So phospholipids are pretty important. Remember, we talked about lipids. Lipids are the same thing as fat. So your phosphorus pretty much your phosphorus fats. So that's what a phospholipid is. I'm going to leave this up here for a little bit longer because it's a little bit longer of a definition. I'm going to keep this up here for a little bit longer. All right. Kitty's writing the next one, so that way we can get it done in time. I think there's an eraser on this. Okay. Thank you. There we go. So I'll do number 15. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Like, I'll trade you, buddy. I'll trade you. So a lipid, like we said, remember a lipid is fat. So a lipid is any type of organic compound that are in fatty acids and or their derivatives and are insoluble in water. So they're not soluble in water. So fats cannot be soluble in water. Just a little fun fact. And a lipid is organic. It doesn't mean, so if we create a lipid in a lab, that's not technically a lipid because it's not an organic compound. So lipid. All right, we are on the last two. So articular sclerosis is the hardening of arteries. Yeah, it's a big word for a tiny definition. So pretty much, basically, if you eat a lot of saturated fats, your arteries get clogged up and they can harden whenever they're clogged up. So this is what happens whenever you do not eat a ton of healthy food. All you eat is just steaks and butter and potatoes, you know. So this can happen to a lot of people and it's very, very common. So and our last definition is alpha lineolic acid. There we go. It is an isomer of linoleic acid that is an omega-3 fatty acid. So that is it. That is our last definition. Sorry, kind of got a little bit sidetracked with recipes. You know how it is. Making sure that you can see that pretty well. So that is our last one. Make sure that you just write them down. Remember when we come back that we're just supposed to, y'all are just going to turn in your little spiral notebooks with all of your work. So that way, you know, we have proof that you actually did everything during it. Right now, y'all can do final roll call. You know, we'll be back from 12 to 1. No worries. We're going to use the whiteboard and we're going to go a lot slower this time. So no worries on that one. I hope y'all all have a great rest of y'all's day. See y'all from 12 to 1. And if you'd like in this little hour, you know, get your assignments done and turned in. I mean, that way you're kind of done at 1.
Take advantage of the time you have.
Exactly. I'd rather do 3 hours of straight work and just be done than, you know, space it out. So
bye guys.
Bye everyone.